Today's chat with Matt is about the You Matter signs that you probably see around town, and I wanted to explain that because I get asked a lot about it. And you know, it's a strategic decision to have half of my signs carry the words You Matter, and instead of just having my name. And so it really started about 6 years ago. I got asked to run for county commissioner. If you're like me, you have no idea who your county commissioner is or didn't, and what they did. And so as I started to step in to understand what the county commissioner was, I also got a little bit frustrated when I looked around town and every single election sign was about the candidate. And of course they're on the ballot, Smith and Anderson and Johnson and Harris and Trump. They're all on there. But isn't it sad that almost all of the space on the signs is about the candidate? Shouldn't it be about you? And so there was about 300 different iterations we looked at. You Matter stuck. Of course, my name, Matt, is in the word matter. But it should be about you. And as we stepped into the campaign in 2020, we had some rules that we put out. And I don't know that, call me old-fashioned, but I don't think everybody kind of obeys by these rules anymore. I believe that school board and city council and county should be a public servant role. And I think a lot of people treat it as a very political role with state level rigor and federal level tactics. And I just think it should be a public servant role where somebody steps in, wants to do the best for the people, what's best for you. And so in doing the You Matter signs, we also said that we're going to run a positive race. We're going to run with positive things of substance, no smears, but substance. I made a point to meet with all the commissioners before I was elected and while I was running. I met with a number of key staff. I met with the administrator. I met with city leadership and other leaders. And in all, there was probably over 150 community leaders that I met with to get their input. And again, call me old-fashioned. I don't know if that's how people are doing the job nowadays. But win or lose, those principles remain the same. I promise to be positive, promise to be a person of substance, promise to fight for you. And in doing so, I've been part of this community for over 15 years. I volunteered for the park board previously to this. My predecessor put me on the library board. Those are two big pieces of what the county does. I took the time to understand the budget, went to meetings, observed the meetings. Of course, it was through COVID, so there was a limited opportunity to be in the boardroom to see those things, and met with a lot of people and found out what they wanted. And by and large, I came out of that primary on the top, just like I did this primary. And people said, man, we really appreciate that you're elevating what politics should be or public servant world should be. Wouldn't it be nice if the focus was on the issues that matter to you? Wouldn't it be nice that we remembered that just 4 years ago, the issues of 4 years ago aren't the issues of today? Wouldn't it be nice if we got in there and said, these are the things we're going to do for you, and we actually delivered on them? I've often said that I prefer results over rhetoric. My 3 pillars have been added. We've added one more to the pillars. The first one is people matter. People should come before politics, and I don't think that's happening at the state and national level. I think it's bleeding into the local level too. Ask any school board member. There's a level of vitriol that just isn't favorable. Second thing is this community matters. You should be able to live your lifetime if you choose with no asterisk. Right now it's come to my attention, it's for the last 3 years or 4 years I've been working on it. The first time school teacher making $45,000 to $48,000 a year simply can't live here if they're not living with mom or dad or a roommate. We need to get in touch with that. We've got older populations that it costs them more to downsize than to stay in their home. Those are concerns, we're addressing those. The third priority for the You Matter campaign, for me running for county commissioner, is finances matter. We've got to do a smarter job of spending your taxes. They're off the rails, and we know that there's inflationary pressures. We've got to get credit, more and more creative. And for all intents and purposes, in Carver County, we have fewer problems than some of our peers. We need to lead the charge on some areas, and I'll do another video on it about mental health and other things. We have to lead the charge there. And then finally, fourth, you've heard me say this over and over, results matter. We have got to prioritize the results on behalf of you and your families over the rhetoric of an election cycle. And so, You Matter, you'll see them out and about. You'll also see the Matt signs. They're approachable, they're nice. One last thing, if you want one, please don't rip the ones that are down. Just let me know, I'll give you one. We've had about 18 signs missing. We've got a couple of reports out there that others are being damaged. Please don't do that. Let's elevate that. I'd invite anybody else that's running for office to do the same thing. If you see somebody ripping down signs, whether it's yours or somebody else's, don't allow it. And if you really like those You Matter signs, we can get you one. Just reach out to me direct. Thanks for watching.